Hi, guys, it's Linda. I am not in the true crime tavern and I don't have my true crime partners with me, but I wanted to give you an update on the Lori Vallow case. And we also wanted to do a segment on the timeline of this case. There are plenty of people out there that are new to the case. I had talked to someone over the weekend and they had never heard of this case. So, for anyone coming to our channel that has not known or has not heard about this case, we wanted to bring them videos from the start to today because there are a lot of people involved and a lot that has happened within the past 2 years. To begin with, though, I did want to discuss Lori Vallow's competency. There was the prosecutor in the Lori Vallow Daybell case no longer contests the findings of a psychologist who believes Daybell is not competent for court proceedings. In a document filed Friday, Rob Wood withdrew his contest to a competency evaluation that has put the case against Daybell on hold. Wood initially said he did not agree with the findings of the mental health expert, but after further review, he no longer objects to a professional's diagnosis and proposed treatment plan. So what that means is Lori's trial will be put on hold. She will go to a mental health hospital or a psychiatric center, and they will begin restorative treatment to get her back to competency so she can stand trial. So what that means is Chad will now stand trial on his own, which he and his attorney did want to happen anyway. They did not want to join the trials, and at this point, he'll get his wish. His arraignment is scheduled for June 9th, so we'll see what happens with that. This was a timeline that I had found on eastidahonews.com. So we wanted to start from the beginning and bring everyone to the present with the Lori Vallow and Chad Daybell case. Suspicions surrounding the couple first emerged when family members urged local police to investigate the disappearance of 7-year-old Joshua J.J. Vallow and his 16-year-old sister Tylee Ryan, who had not been seen since September of 2019. The investigation quickly morphed into something more complex when reports of the mysterious deaths of the couple's former spouses, along with rumors of doomsday cult-like beliefs and their sudden move to Hawaii, began to raise eyebrows. Chad and Tammy Daybell married on March 9, 1990 in Manti, Utah, according to her obituary. The couple lived in Springville, Utah, where they founded Spring Creek Book Company, through which Chad Daybell, an author, published many of his books. The couple had 5 children before moving to their home in Salem, Idaho in 2015. Tammy Daybell worked as a school librarian. In 2001, Lori Vallow marries Tylee's father. According to the Post-Register, Lori Vallow married her third husband and Tylee's father, Joseph Anthony Ryan Jr., in 2001. Joseph adopted Lori's son Colby, who she had in her previous marriage. Joseph and Lori eventually filed for divorce in 2004. Joseph died of a heart attack in 2018 and was cremated. In 2006, Lori Vallow marries her fourth husband and adopts JJ. Lori and her fourth husband, Leland Charles Anthony Vallow, married in Las Vegas in February of 2006. The two adopted Joshua Jackson JJ Vallow in 2014. JJ was the biological grandson of Charles's sister, Kay Woodcock, whose husband Larry would eventually raise concerns to law enforcement over the disappearance of JJ and Tylee. In 2014, Charles and Lori Vallow moved to the Hawaiian island of Kauai. The couple operated a small business on the island as indicated by business records. The family then moved back to the mainland between 2016 and 2017. Approximately a year after the couple moved to Hawaii with JJ and Tylee, it was reported by Fox 5 New York that Lori became obsessed with books written by Chad Daybell 4 years before the two eventually married. According to a former friend of Lori who remains anonymous, Lori was especially intrigued with Chad's fictional series called Standing in Holy Places, which centered on an apocalyptic scenarios loosely based on Mormon theology. Lori's friends said those books she got really obsessed with, and she started buying me those books too. She must have gotten close to him from his books. While the Vallow family lived in Arizona, Tylee's father, Joseph Ryan, died on April 3, 2018. According to a copy of the medical examiner's report, the cause of death was ruled as a heart attack. He was cremated, and little other information is available about his death. 2018, Lori Vallow meets Chad Daybell. According to the East Idaho News, Lori met Chad Daybell in 2018 when he was teaching an evening class at the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, which she attended. The two reportedly became close immediately, traveling together to a religious conference in St. George, Utah, where Chad gave talks on his books. The two reportedly continued speaking daily from the time of their first meeting. Almost 1 year before the public announcement of the cases, Chad and Lori made their first appearance together on the Preparing a People podcast, Time to Warrior Up. The two appeared with others on several of the podcasts. Many focused on the end of the world. Preparing a People has since removed the podcast and publicly disassociated itself from the couple. 2019, Lori's brother kills Charles Vallow. Court documents suggest that things began to unravel for the family early in 2019, when Lori was still married to Charles Vallow. The couple were estranged, and Vallow had filed for divorce, saying he feared she would kill him and that she had developed cult-like beliefs. Charles alleged that Lori claimed to be a god assigned to carry out the work of the 144,000 at Christ's second coming in July 2020. During divorce proceedings, the family says Lori disappeared to Hawaii in February for nearly 2 months and left the children with others. The family was living in a Phoenix suburb on July 11th when Lori's brother Alex Cox shot and killed Vallow. Cox asserted that the shooting was in self-defense after Vallow allegedly came at him with a baseball bat. Police investigated, but the case didn't go far before Cox died of a blood clot in his lung in December of 2019. Around June, Lori Daybell's niece, Melanie Boudreau, demands a divorce from her husband, Brandon Boudreau, as first reported by Fox 13 Salt Lake City. Brandon claims Melanie affiliated herself with similar beliefs as her aunt and had joined a cult. On September 8, 2019, Tylee, JJ, Lori, and Alex visit Yellowstone National Park. Officials say this was the last time anyone saw Tylee. The FBI later asked for help from anyone who may have photos of the family taken that day in the park. There were videos of JJ playing at their home in Idaho after the last sighting of Tylee. So Tylee was not seen since Yellowstone Park. JJ was seen on Ring doorbell video from a neighbor's house playing with the neighbor's son. Chad Daybell signs an application with Tammy Daybell on September 8th of 2019 to increase Tammy's life map insurance to the maximum amount allowed on the policy. On September 9th, phone records place Alex on Chad Daybell's property in the general area where investigators would eventually find Tylee's body. That same day, Chad allegedly texts Tammy saying he shot a raccoon and buried it in the area. Lori Daybell enrolls JJ in school on September 3rd of 2019. Kennedy Elementary School Principal Josh Wilson told EastIdahoNews.com less than 3 weeks later, JJ attends class for the last time and his mother unenrolls him, saying he would be homeschooled. Tylee was never enrolled in school in Idaho. Lori did tell family and friends that Tylee was going to Brigham Young University in Idaho. On October 1st, 2019, Lori rents a 10 by 10 storage unit from Self Storage Plus in Rexburg, Idaho. Surveillance video at the facility, exclusively obtained by EastIdahoNews.com, shows Lori and a man associated with her visiting the unit 9 times in October and once in November. Often, the man, who appears to be Alex, comes alone. Another visit shows Alex and a man who appears to be Chad. During one visit, Chad and Lori appeared to visit the storage facility together. On October 2nd, 2019, Brandon Boudreaux, Melanie Boudreaux's husband, says he was shot at with the bullet missing his head by inches. Arizona Central reports the shooter was driving a Jeep registered to then-dead Charles Vallow. That same day, Lori purchases a wedding ring on Amazon, later seen on her finger at Chad and Lori's beach wedding. Days later, on October 9th of 2019, Tammy Daybell calls 911 and says a masked man shot at her in her driveway with a paintball gun. She posts about the experience on Facebook, saying she has no idea who the person was or why they would shoot at her. Court documents later indicate Alex Cox attempted to shoot and kill Tammy that day. 10 days later, Chad Daybell calls 911, saying Tammy died in her sleep at their Salem home. Detectives visit the home and investigators originally ruled the death as natural. Tammy is buried at the Evergreen Cemetery in Springville on October 22nd. The family holds a memorial service in Rexburg the following day. A friend of Tylee told the Post-Register she received a text from Tylee's number on October 25th of 2019. The newspaper reports the text read, "Hi, miss you guys too, love ya." Within weeks of Tammy's death, Chad and Lori are married in Hawaii on November 5th of 2019. They then returned to Rexburg. Over the coming weeks, police say Chad told witnesses that Lori had no minor children. Police also say Lori told people Tylee died years earlier. On November 26th of 2019, the Rexburg Police Department conducts a welfare check for JJ at the request of his grandparents, Larry and Kay Woodcock. They had not spoken with the boy in months. Police do not see JJ at the townhome at 565 Pioneer Road, and Lori tells police JJ was with her friend Melanie Gibb in Arizona. Police determined within days that JJ was not with Gibb. The next morning, November 27th of 2019, the Rexburg Police Department serves a search warrant. When police arrived, they discovered the Daybells had quickly left. Court documents indicate that on December 1st, Chad and Lori catch an American Airlines flight to Laihu, Hawaii, on the island of Kauai. The children are not with their parents.